Good morning, traders, and God bless. And thank you to all the veterans out there who served on this Veterans Day. I am Ricky Gaspard, your host for this pre-market session, and like we do each morning, we'll be watching these two indicators. This is our momentum indicator, and we're looking for high numbers to climb to the top, and hopefully we get a volume spike beside them in the left column. Once we see that, we come over to the current bar volume and make sure we have enough volume to get in and get out safely. And what I mean by that is that we have good volume flow here. We want to really see this number moving. We want to see a battle going on between the buyers and the sellers. Once that happens, you'll see the stock maybe pull up a little bit. And you may see a white arrow come in. This is our pullback arrow. So the stock sold off here. The buyers started coming back in. This white arrow detected it and planted itself here to let you know it may go up. This indicator here, I changed the colors on it. It's still the 34 EMA. I just made it change red when it was falling and green when it was coming up. Just kind of a clarity of the trend move. Once we see a spike up like this, we want to wait to get into the trade unless we see these green bars breaking above this yellow average volume line. This is what would prompt me into getting into the stock, is to see more than average volume of buyers. Then we come down here to the My Blessing indicator, and we want to make sure that this line is also green moving up. These are also buyers and sellers. The white line is the trend of the stock. These are buyers and sellers. If you are new here, you want to wait. You'll see a stock pull up, then it'll pull back. Once it pulls up and starts pulling back, I may mark a resistance level. Once it drops, I'll mark a support level. And the new beginners, you want to start down here if you want to enter a trade, but not without first confirming we have green bars down here on the bottom. If you are a beginning trader, we highly suggest you don't take any trades. Come here and watch these live streams each morning until it soaks into your head. It's not an overnight thing. It's a weekly or a monthly thing. Could even take you longer than that. It depends on how fast you catch on. But make sure you watch what we do each morning. You'll see stocks pop up here. We'll be checking the volume bar. Do we have a green candle? Is there a white arrow? Are these bars breaking above yellow? And do we have green on the My Blessing indicator? You can just visually see this and make a determination within seconds once you catch on. So new traders, play on paper while you watch what's going on. Write it down as if you bought it and write it down as if you exited and what the profit was. Keep track of what you're doing on paper, and the better you get, then start with very small share size. And I do mean small, 1 to 10 shares. And see if you're profitable. If you are profitable, continue doing that for a while and then slowly up your share size for higher profits. Also, I'm not a financial advisor. I build indicators and teach you how to use indicators. I don't teach trading, but once you learn these indicators, you automatically learn how to trade and what to look for. So make sure you reach out to the proper authorities before you take any of my advice or use any of my indicators, because you could lose some or all of your money. Thank you for joining me on this Veterans Day. It looks pretty weak this morning. I haven't seen anything really running up other than this stock. Hopefully we'll get something going. The bond markets are closed. The banks are closed. The investors may be closed as well. We don't know yet until 6 o'clock. And hopefully they'll come in and make a few moves. And if they do, we will follow what they do. Have less than a minute to go, 45 seconds. Make sure that in your active trader, TIF is set on EXT for extended hours or you won't get a trade in. About 20 seconds to go. See a lot of red coming into the scan, so be careful at the open. Currently watching IONQ to see if it does anything off of this 34. Lots of red in the scans. Be very cautious here. REVB, cheaper stock trying to move higher, paying pennies at a time. Be careful on this one. Seeing the volume come in like we suggested. You see how they're battling right here with this number? That's what we want to see. This is the current bar volume. That would be this one candle. So lots of volume coming into that candle. Going to switch stocks here for a second. We have SUGP popping up, flying to the top. It's already made a new high. Let's see if it'll keep going. Currently at 227. If you're a new trader, don't chase these. You could get stung very well. You need to catch them as soon as you can find them on your computer. I was a little bit late on it. That's why you need to trade off of your own system. Make sure you're set up with the proper scans so that you can maybe get in a little bit earlier than when I show it on the screen. Currently at 216. More buyers coming in. We're watching these bars. That's all we're watching. We want to continually see green bars coming in. The first sight of red, this stock will start pulling back. That red could be at the top of this bar, or it could start a new bar red. There's that red. They may take profits here. Got to keep your eye on it. Still green. Buyers are still trying to come in. There's some red. They're starting to take profit. That means to take your profit or sell most of your shares. Leave a little bit there if you think it's going further. Currently at 230. Looks like it's running out of power, though. We have a long wick on the top of this candle. That's profit takers. That is sellers driving the price back down. You can see that right here in this red bar. A lot of profit taking going on. Good job, Iwo Jima at 140 profit. Good job, Milo, $84. Looks like we're trying to push higher. We're watching the buyers to see if they come back in. I wouldn't chance it at this point. Could be latecomers thinking it's going to go some more, and it may not. Got to keep your eye right here. Buyers are trying to push it up higher. Profit takers are taking profit. So now we have a buyer-seller battle going on. holding the price nicely. That means there's probably just as many buyers as there are sellers, and the price is just floating there for a second. Breaking to a new high, 244 now. You can see the buyers coming back in. We need a lot more buyers if we want to get it higher. 248 now for the high. I say don't be greedy. Take what you can get this morning. It may not last very long. Thank you, Doc. It's definitely nice to be able to read what everybody's doing. It's pretty much helps you to predict what's going to happen. Doesn't work all the time, but it works more times than it doesn't. More buyers coming in. See if they can push it higher for a new high. Here we go, 250 for the high now, 251. We're struggling to get any higher though. Long wicks on the top. Their profit takers are taking what they can get this morning. You are welcome, Trent. Holding the 247 price range, 250. A new high now, more buyers coming in, 264 for the high. It was just a spike up. Would have been hard to catch that top. Watch this indicator. It's continually having buyers come in to continually push the price higher. Every now and then we have a few profit takers like that. Then the buyers come back in and drive it up even more. 267 for the high now. Remember, don't be greedy. If you got back in and made a little bit more, probably take it. Watching these dominator bars for red. This indicator starting to come down. It's weakening. Buyers are trying to keep it up. And they're profit taking. Well, that was a good blessing for this morning. I didn't expect that at all. Thank you, Lord. Shane, I was playing around with it last week, decided to do that to it. So it's not a new indicator. It's the same 34. It's just changing colors according to trend. I'm always trying to make things easy for the investors. And easy for me too. Morgans, I don't give predictions on stocks. I strictly play buyers and sellers. If it's not popping up here, I don't trade it. It's all about numbers. Who's outweighing the other, the buyers or the sellers? And that's what we're playing here is numbers. We're playing volume numbers of how many buyers versus how many sellers, who has the advantage, do we join them? So if it's not up here in my scans, I don't give opinions on anything or try to predict future movements. William, if you know coding, I'm sure you could. I can do just about anything. Most of it's reserved for premium members, though. If you haven't joined us yet, there is a banner at the top of your chat window in YouTube. Click that and go over to our Discord, join it, and then upgrade, and you'll get all the benefits. Juan, I can't give up my secrets, brother. Larry, I'm using ThinkorSwim. That's the platform we are using to trade on, and I am a programmer of 16 years, so I have coded everything you see on the screen. You're not going to get these for free with ThinkorSwim. Pulling back now, you can see all the sellers came in, taking profits. Thank you, Joseph. It's the only kind of trading, brother. If you haven't made it to this level, you're still trying to guess moving averages and those kind of indicators. Where I'm counting numbers, you're watching a line cross. And that's not what makes it move. Buyers and sellers make the lines move even. So we start at the root of any indicator moving, and that would be buyers and sellers. SUGP, looks like the battle is pretty much over. Maybe some latecomers come in for another nickel gain and then another drop back down. But they are now late on this trade. The party is already over. Not saying they can't turn the lights back on, though, and start the party again. But the chances of a second run up are a lot less than the first. All right. Thank you, Lord, for that blessing. Ready for the next one? Take a look at DJT. I'm expecting this stock to eventually start taking off. IONQ been making some good moves this morning. Made this move starting at about 5 o'clock my time and ran up. Mike, this is not a video training course, something that's going to teach you every little thing you need to know. I teach you how to use these indicators. And on YouTube, I pretty much have a video on every one of them that I've created. I train live each morning, 5 days a week for 3.5 to 4 hours every morning when you're on the premium side. I prefer to do it live in front of you so that you can catch on and not watch something that happened in the past. I feel this is a much better way to get it to you, get the information to you, help you to understand how it works, explain it to you in detail in real time. You can watch all of these YouTube videos on the YouTube channel. They're all an hour long. If you click on the live tab, you can look back for months, almost a year. This is ThinkorSwim. If you've never seen ThinkorSwim, you've probably seen it like this. This is what I trade on. This is the main screen. I have detached windows for the live stream. So each one of these are different so that I can get the proper information displayed to you on the live stream. Thank you, Doc Watson. Thank you, Nano. Martina, I don't know how to answer that yet. I think what's going to happen is, we pretty much play volume increases, which is news or wherever the buyer's coming in. If we go to that 24-hour trading or whatever they're talking about, it may slow things down a bit, but I'm hoping that, people and big companies like that, they're still going to put their news out at the proper time. So they're not going to release good news at 2 in the morning when everybody's asleep. It'll probably still be around the 6 to 9 o'clock hour, maybe 10 o'clock. The news will still coming out. So we'll still have these hot spots where these buyers come in and run things up, and hopefully we can continue on as we do. I don't expect much of a change. I'm hoping that's the way it will go, but we'll have to wait and see it when it happens. Thank you, Din Din. We're on the back side of this trade. We've already traded the run up. Back side not as trustworthy as the front side. Let's take a look at SOXL. This is an ETF that follows the movement of the SPY. SPY moving up slightly. So this ETF should also move up slightly. This ETF is not as fast action as you saw on the last stock. This is more or less something you keep an eye on when it's down here near the 34 and plan your entries accordingly if the SPY starts moving up. You don't chase this ETF and hope it's going to keep going. You wait for these pullbacks like so, and then you get in and hang on for a few more minutes than day trading. Sometimes 30 minutes you're hanging on. Currently not seeing anything spiking. Martina, I agree. I don't want to see it change. But we'll overcome it. I've been doing this over 30 years. I'll find a solution. Good job, Tally Ho, on your trade. And anybody else that I may have missed while I was rattling my mouth. All right, a small spike up here, SUGP. Looks like they're still trying to get another run out of it. Probably going to create a lower high here and pull back down. Unless more buyers come in and push it up more. So we're watching this indicator to see who wins right here. There's some sellers coming in. Mark, I don't know who would benefit from that. I mean, we have very little people trading as it is. They've been very unhappy with the market over the last 4 years. And spreading those few traders that are still in the market out over a 24-hour period will slow the volume down. Because now we have the same amount of traders spread over 24 hours instead of a 6 or 7 hour period. So I'm kind of anxious to see how that's going to work. Hopefully, with the change of administration, buyers will become more interested in the market. The volume will pick back up to normal, and we will be making money every chance we can. That's what I want to keep in my brain, that it's going to get better. All right, creating that lower high, like I said, we're down below this high up here. We're now lower, may come back down to the 34 moving average. Most people took a 3-day weekend, so it may be extremely slow this morning. We'll see how it goes. We've already caught one, so we were blessed for being here. More buyers trying to push it up and make a few more pennies here. We're still watching SUGP. Would love to see these green bars start taking off again. And everybody getting interested in SUGP once more. It is possible we could push it past that high of 270. But I'm not seeing the activity here that we need. I'll go ahead and mark this resistance level up here. If it does run, it may stop right here and pull back down. This would be the support level down here. Okay, LO currently at 24.87. Volume is extremely low, not tradable for our style of trading. This would kind of be a buy and hold situation when the volume is this low, and then you're guessing if it's going to keep going, because we don't have a buyer and seller battle going on. This right here doesn't look good to me. Too many red bars within this short range. So may or may not get enough buyer attention to really drive it up. Okay, LO pushing up slightly. Waiting to see if buyers come in to push it up faster. Maybe make this a scalp trade. Does not look like it's drawing a lot of buyer attention. We are now paused on the volume. The last bar only 1,400 shares. Not worth looking at. If HOVR doesn't have any volume, there's no sense in playing it. We are scalping. We're not waiting on long-term holds. I'm not making predictions. And it looks awful. We're currently under the 34, trending downwards. Not a trade in my opinion. I want you to think of this 34 EMA as a VWAP. I used to use VWAP all the time. I find that the 34 EMA is a lot more responsive with price. Most all stocks run up, pull back to the 34, run up, pull back to the 34, and run up. The VWAP can get a little laggy when it comes to moving with the price. Not saying the VWAP's not good. I used to use it all the time. I'm just saying I prefer the 34 EMA over it. Not seeing enough volume in this stock. Only 13,000 shares on the last candle. Struggling to get there on this candle. Not saying it won't continue going up slowly. It's just not enough volume for us to throw a lot of shares at it and get in and get out quickly. This will be more of a buy and hope trade. Nvidia been steadily pushing up since early this morning. All right, enjoy your coffee while we wait on the next one to start moving. Currently don't see anything on any of my scans. Thank you, Joseph. Very little buyers coming in on RKLB. Not a big battle going on. I don't get into these stocks unless we really see some numbers flying here. This would be more like a buy and hold if you think it's going to continue slowly crawling up. You could have trouble getting in and getting out also because the volume is so low. Unless you're playing small share size like 50 or 100 shares. But I don't see the battle that we need. Yeah, DJT is pretty weak this morning too. It's kind of moving about the same way as the other one. DJT matching the high now, breaking a new high by a penny, 35.30. Good job, Pancho. A lot of sellers, DJT. That's why I don't play these slow volume stocks. Somebody could get tired of waiting and sell 5,000 shares and you're back to the beginning or below. Right now, I think DJT is trading emotionally in the market. Today they love him, tomorrow they hate him. And that affects the price. White arrow on NVIDIA, popping in and out. Need to see some tall green volume bars like these popping above this yellow line before an entry is made. That means a lot of buyers are coming in and trying to drive it up. Don't have that happening right now. Just a few interested buyers. PWM, I'll take a look at it. PWM pushing up, $1.28 now, $1.30. This one is flying. Hopefully it's not a pump and dump. Tall wicks on the top. A lot of sellers taking profit on that first candle. It may continue to go yet. Let's see what happens. $1.40 now, 44. Keep your eye on these bars. We're looking for sellers to come in, right? We're looking for red, or we're holding on. Let's see if we can get a push here. $1.49 for the high. Need another green dominator bar to come in. Keep your eye on this indicator. Long as it's green, you're holding on. $1.54 now. Little sluggish, so be careful here. May just pull back if there's not enough interested buyers. We do have red coming in. The buyers are trying to overcome the sellers. Hopefully we get another push here. There we go. $1.59, $1.60. Look at them buyers come in. Start taking profit at the top of these candles. Don't try to nail the top. Just take what you can get this morning. A nice push upwards. Thank you, FSTL, for informing me of this cheaper stock. $1.73.74. We're still watching this indicator here. We're not worried about how much we're making or if the candle's rising. We're watching buyers and sellers. They're taking profits. This is why I always say take profits as it's running up, because it could pull back and take half of it away from you. Watching these bars, sellers coming in, buyers are trying to buy them up so they can push it higher. Looks like the buyers may win this battle for a few pennies more higher. $1.77 for the high. We are at a resistance level. We've played this stock before. That's what these lines are. So we ran into resistance here. This is support. Let's see if we can push up from support and break the upper resistance level. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Sellers coming in. Hopefully a few of you made a few dollars on that one. Looks like this one may be coming to an end. Strong selling. Let's see if the buyers can step back in. We haven't really sold off and held the bottom. We sold off, the buyers bought it back up. There could be more buyers coming in to drive it higher. Watching this buyer bar. Few profit takers in it. The buyers are buying up what they're selling. Pushing for a new high now, $1.83 on that little burst. Nice tall dominator bar of buyers. Let's see if we can get some more out of it. They don't see any red sticking in this indicator. Every time we get red, they buy it up to keep the price up. Nice tall green dominator bars on this one. Looks like we're getting weak. Not getting past that resistance level up here at $1.76. Now pulling back. Good job, FSTL at $4.89 profit. A lot of red coming in this indicator now. You are welcome. Watching the buyers and sellers still. It may not be over, or it might be. These people determine it, right? It's not about an indicator. It's about buyers and sellers. Looks like we're pretty much going to just stay around this price range. Good job, Trent. My coffee's getting cold. That's a good sign that I'm focusing on stocks that are moving. All right, not so bad of a Veterans Day. I expected it to be worse than this. I thought we'd be sitting here just waiting and waiting and waiting. We've had two runners this morning. They weren't fantastic, but they were good. There was opportunity there to make money. A few of you did. Jeff, are you talking about paper as far as turning ThinkorSwim on in the paper trade mode? Or you're writing it down on paper? Good job, Daryl. Yeah, most of these indicators don't work on toss paper trading. It's always best to watch it live. Just go ahead and sign in live and write it down on your desk or table what you did. You are welcome. So if you've never been here before, we scalp for profits off of these custom indicators, and we do very well doing this. You just have to be prepared for the fast action. We're not guessing here. We're watching buyers and sellers, and if they're coming in, we should be getting in. That's why I highly suggest you come here and watch for as long as it takes you to catch on, because you may have to just click the button and just base it off of buyers and sellers and not sit here and think about it. There's no thinking time sometimes. So you quickly look and see what's going on and if you should click the button or not. I got into this one when I turned it on. I think it was right in here somewhere. And it just kept going and going, pulled back here, and everybody thought it was over, and then it ran all the way back up. So make sure you watch us for a while. Don't just come here and say, oh, this is easy, and click and it goes down. That's what's going to happen to you, especially if you don't know what you're looking for. Daryl, I watched the tick chart as well, but I'm on the 133. I actually watched the 1 minute tick chart, 5 minute, and 15. I'm looking at every possible setup that could help me make my trade. Good morning, Tehran. Back side of the trade, remember they're not as strong as the front side. Good morning, Glenn. Milo, at least with this one, your life don't depend on it. So you're in safer territory here. Next, please. We're waiting on next. I'm going to let this YouTube stream go over just a little bit to take us through the top of the hour. See if we can get one more trade in here on YouTube before I let you go. Here we go, 7 o'clock hour. Let's see if some news comes out. It'll be relevant right up here. Or some more buyers. We'll take either one. Don't have to have news. We just need buyers, right? Not seeing anything currently. I'm watching for numbers to move here and to see if we get a spike beside them. Red coming into the scans. Another market opened up. A lot of people taking profit. So we're going backwards now. Thank you, Janelle. We'd love to have you on board. You can't go wrong here. Everybody loves it. Haven't had anybody quit in months. Once you're here, you're home. Well, no activity at 7. Lucid LCID barely has volume. Would not throw any dollars at it. JNVR, I'll take a look at it. Thank you for calling that out. Cheaper stock, it's pushing up higher. It's not on my scans yet. My scans haven't refreshed. Currently at 77. We're watching these bars, right? We're watching buyers and sellers. We don't care what happens up here. We want to see if the buyers continue to come in and push it up. Some profit taking. Let's see if the buyers can buy it up. Got to be really careful here. We could get a big red bar if this is a pump and dump. Looks like the buyers are buying it up for a higher push. 97 now, 99 for the high. Let's go. Push it up to $2. That's what I want to see. A few profit takers. Buyers are buying it up. Let's see if we can get more out of it. More buyers, taller green dominator bar. They're trying to push it. Red coming in, those are sellers. They bought it up. Another green bar coming in. They're taking profits. I say if you're in profit, you should be taking profit. Remember, I always suggest selling some shares as these stocks are rising. Don't get caught holding the whole group of shares that you purchased. Taking profits now, they're giving up on it. It's not moving fast enough. Well, still a good one, WC. Thank you very much for calling it out. NUWE. Let's move on to the next one that's being called out. Don't like that big bar on the left candle, but it may be overcome. Let's see. That's a lot of selling there. Let's see if the buyers can push this stock up. Need a tall green bar. Taller the better. Be very careful of a dump here. We're watching for sellers over here. We don't want to see red at this point. Pushing up, buyers coming in, 253 now. Let's see if we can get back up to the high. Doesn't look like it's going to happen though. A lot of sellers up there above 230, 240. Profit taking. Either profit taking or getting out because they are scared of it. So a lot of resistance up here in this area. Good job, Iwo Jima, getting $16 out of NUWE. Looks like we're struggling to get any higher. Too many sellers up here in this area. You got that right, Tehran. A lot of tails. DJT pulled all the way back below the 34, now trying to break above it at 34.65. Still not enough volume to trade this stock safely. It's not going to have any really fast run-ups at this low volume. White arrow trying to come into play. That white arrow is a pullback indicator. It sold off from here. Software detected that the buyers are coming back in, which would be these short bars. We're not above the average volume, so it would be a risk play at this point. Pushing up a little higher under low volume. All right, YouTubers, your hour has expired about 15 minutes ago. I thank you for joining me this morning. If you haven't joined us yet as a premium member, that's your call. It's up to you if you want to make money or not. There is a white and yellow label above the chat area. Click that. Join our Discord channel. Then click the upgrade button on the left if you're interested in coming on board. We'd love to have you, show you a few things. You'll get a lot of scans. I think there's 60 plus and 31 indicators or 32. Plus you get live streaming for 4 to 5 hours a day. Depends on when I want to quit. And that's 5 days a week as a premium member. My next free session on YouTube will be Wednesday morning at 5:55 a.m. Central Time. Make sure you're here before that. Be ready to go. The action happens right at 6 a.m. and you don't want to miss out on it. Nothing like getting paid to drink your coffee. Trade right alongside me. And I appreciate you joining me this morning. God bless you. I will see you on Wednesday.